Hello everyone!
Hi guys!
It's really freezing here! It has been snowing the whole day yesterday, isn't it?
Indeed, it has been snowing a lot and today it cleared up, but it's still super cold. We have -5 degrees.
And with so much white snow outside, what else can we drink?
White tea!
Of course, we have here two different types of white tea. Let's say two classic. A very fresh one here on my left and a aged white tea. It is about 15 years of age, was harvested in 2008. So the question here is what to expect from a very fresh white tea and an old aged white tea. How do they taste? Let's find out. First of all, let's look at the color. Of course, the very fresh one is...
It's quite green and the other one is quite brown.
Right. We don't need to do a video about that. That's pretty clear. But now we're going to brew them and we will tell you the characteristic taste that you have to search for a proper, fresh and aged white tea and what an off taste is of both. What taste should not be there. So let's brew them and then we're back to you. Of course, also the color of the brew is green and brown as the leaves actually. Isn't it? Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but here you can see some leaves are already turning brown.
Oh yeah, but that's just the oxidation from the processing, has nothing to do with the aging. So this tea had already this brownish spot the day it was processed, a few days after the harvest. But then over the years, all the rest of the leaves keep on oxidizing and turns brown. Let's start with the fresh one, right?
Yes.
All right. And now you tell me how it tastes.
Yeah, it's very, very intense. I feel like it's summer and there is a freshly cut grass around me.
Yeah, that grassiness is so characteristic of a proper fresh white tea. If it's not grassy, it wasn't processed properly. And also it means that it will not develop as well. So you really have to search grassy note. But now, behind that clear, how did you say?
Freshly cut grass.
Freshly cut grass, you can taste that there is a very faint florality to it, just on the background. And that is also very characteristic of fresh white tea of high quality. You don't only have the freshness of the grass that comes from the processing, but you have these subtle, very gentle florality on the back. And now let's see how... Which one did you drink already?
This one, you can take this one.
Okay. Let's see how the aged wine tastes. I just brew it very lightly, so just to get starting with it, and I will do another brew in parallel. So here,
Yeah,
different.
The grassiness is all gone.
There is no grassiness anymore. You will not find any grassiness in an aged white tea. But what happens to grass when you leave it there for a few years? It actually converts, let's say transforms into hay. And isn't this a little bit hay taste in it?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You can...
So in an aged white tea, if it was processed properly at the beginning and it was grassy, you have a characteristic hay taste. That should be there. Yeah. Now, the texture is also very different. And of the aged one, we could say it's fairly smooth, isn't it, in the mouth?
Yeah, it's much rounder than before, and it's not as wild. It's not as young as the other one.
Yeah. So in an aged white tea, you have a very smooth, velvety and round texture. That's very different than a young tea. The tea is more, can we say, dynamic in the mouth? Yeah. All right. Another little round I'll put it here. Now they both have taken more color. Let's see how they taste. For me now the florality is even more clear in the young one. Yeah, definitely. So what you don't want to have is a very fresh white tea that has no grassiness, as we said. It shouldn't be resembling the taste of a green tea, not at all. It is way more grassy. Concerning the aged one, what you don't want to have is, I would say, an unpleasant wet taste that is something like, you know, when you go in a wet basement, that you have this, this unpleasant smell in the air. It shouldn't be there, even if it is 18, 20 and more years of age. And also, it shouldn't be powdery. The taste should be very clean. Is it clean?
It is. None of what you just described is present in here. I think, yeah.
So very pure, very clean, almost like liqueur. Yeah, I could say. Then, of course, there might be additional tasting notes in an aged tea, but they are not the same in every aged tea. Some of them are a little bit more in the direction of, I would say, wood. Yeah, I would say that's a classic one. In this case, not so common, but there is a little bit of licorice that I feel. Not sure if you would agree with that.
Yeah, very, very mild.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, and also yeast is another characteristic taste that sometimes comes out in certain aged white tea. That's pretty much what we wanted to tell to you, but let's do a quick summary just at the very end to clarify what you should search in a very good fresh white tea and in an aged white tea. In the fresh one we said
freshly cut grass
and a little bit of florality. In the aged one we said
hay,
and in terms of texture we have for the fresh one dynamic.
Yeah.
It's moving in your mouth. For the aged one it is
round,
smooth and velvety.
That's it.
We continue drinking and I hope you are doing the same as well. See you next time.
Bye bye.